It's glucose test day. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and we're just driving down to the Royal Surrey in Guildford for my rank glucose test for gestational diabetes. I just don't get why they can't just do a blood test for this. This is just disgusting. I'm a bit weird when it comes to drinking liquids, and I know I'm gonna just spew it everywhere. On you, probably. Yes, but you shouldn't have worn that yellow shirt.
Classic.
This is his third yellow Raging Bull t-shirt. Every time he gets a stain on it, and then it never comes out, and he has to buy another one.
Yeah, third attempt, third time lucky. And you're going to spew all over me with orange liquid.
Yeah, and that won't come out probably.
No.
Oh, I'm just really dreading it, because not just because everyone dreads it, but I have this phobia about drinking things. I've never drunk Coca-Cola in my life because it just, the thought of brown liquid just repulses me.
So strange.
I know. And
But
like,
you drink orange juice.
yeah, I drink orange juice.
You drink wine.
I drink wine. I drink Ribena, but only out of a carton. Like, I would never drink it out of a cup or a bottle. How weird is that? I know it's weird, but
That's weird.
phobias are weird, aren't they? So
Irrational phobia.
So
you've been not looking. So when did we find out about this test? Was it 20 weeks or something?
what, the results?
No, we found out you had to do this.
Yeah, I think we found out when we first went along to our midwife appointment. So
That's
would
16.
that have been around 12, 13 weeks?
Did we go at 12?
Yeah.
Maybe we went at 12.
The thing is, I had to actually phone up and book it, and part of me thought, should I just not bother? But
No, it has to be done.
I know.
It has to be done.
But I'm wondering if I have to drink this crap in public, because
That's gonna be so funny.
it's not gonna be funny. It's gonna be gross.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd do a little video just to prove, because people don't believe me.
So we got to do. We got to go in at 10 to 9, have a blood test. Then you got to drink that, and
think
then it's
so.
2 hours later. There's another blood test. You haven't eaten today.
No, that's another thing. I'm so bad in the mornings usually without eating. So I've just like managed to wash my hair. I'm starting to feel a bit hangry. These are not the good conditions for anything.
I know. I'm not looking forward to everyone when you're getting very hungry and you've got to drink that and you're hating it.
The good thing is they've got an M&S in the hospital, genius. So I'm going to be in there straight away buying cookies and all sorts of things that I just want to eat. I don't care. There. So yeah, we'll be back in a bit when we're there and see how I get on. If I throw any of it up, then I've got to come in like 4 times a day for the next 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Any of it if I spew.
4 times a day for blood tests and a diet, and a special diet.
Special diet?
Special diet, I said.
Of what, Lucasade?
Torture. Extended torture.
Oh god, I've got that much to go. I've done the whole bottle. I've done really well. Come on.
You've done really, really well.
Come on.
Yeah. Go on, last bit.
I can't do it all in one. I will
Sit.
spew on that
Sit
guy.
off. Sit off first.
It's actually not that bad, but it's my mind. It's my mind telling me that it's disgusting.
Let's pretend it's a cocktail, as we said. It's a lovely cocktail. It's a lovely
I'm still going. Come to see if I've spewed any out. Okay. One last bit, and I've done the glucose tolerance test. That is something of an achievement. Is that
Okay, you're done, hold on. Done. You're right. You've done it.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Wasn't that fun?
That was fun. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You said it tasted alright, but it was just you still.
I still
choked.
wanted, yeah, it didn't taste that bad, but I still wanted to be sick at every sip. Oh, I'm so strange.
You are strange.
So the day got worse from there.
That was the high point, wasn't it?
That bit was the bit I was worried about.
It was at 10 to
And it
8. We
was
had
fine.
10 to 8 had an appointment in the morning.
10 to 9.
10 to 9, sorry. And we actually ended up leaving at 9:15 in the evening. So we're there for 12 and a half hours. You want to explain why?
So they took my blood pressure, and they found that my heart's skipping beats. The baby's fine, but I've got a dicky ticker.
I don't think it's necessarily that. Dicky ticker. No, I think it's something which is quite common amongst pregnant women. Rather than pregnant men. Rather than pregnancy.
Ectopic heartbeat.
Ectopic heartbeat, yeah.
But I know the thing is, what worries me and what's been upsetting me about it is that I know I had it before pregnancy, so I think it's an issue that's been exacerbated by pregnancy, but is one that I've suffered from previously, so I'm worried because
Palpitations, wasn't it?
palpitations, racing heart, too much drinking wine probably.
Well, that's what you put it down to. You used to wake up in the middle of the night with palpitations because you felt you'd been drinking too much.
Yeah.
So cause effect, it could have been stress causing it because you're stressed out from drinking too much and you're paranoid or anxiety, whatever. But end of the day.
I thought when I got pregnant, obviously I've not drunk. I thought, well, that'll clear up, but it's gradually gotten worse. I'm in the 3rd trimester now. We're nearly 29 weeks, and like even it seems to be really related to sugar.
Have you explained what you were going through before? We covered that before because we've covered your itchy head and your
the funny
headaches,
turns.
but have we covered the funny turns? I can't remember.
No, maybe not. So I've started getting funny turns in the morning, around an hour or so after breakfast. Most worse ones were on the train when we're commuting. Just feel like a racing heart. I can't breathe. Just like a panic attack probably, but I've never had one of those, and I don't think it has that element of panic, but I think it's the same sort of thing. So I went to the doctor in February about that, my GP, and he sent me to another hospital for some ECG testing, and it revealed I was having some early beats and some stops and things, but he did nothing about it. Our GP's so great.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then they picked it up yesterday on the blood pressure. She thought her machine was broken. She went and got another one. Then she went and got a midwife to double check, and both said they'd never seen anything like it. I actually can feel my heart skips a beat. Like, it's really weird. So
yeah. So we had that test, and then they sent us upstairs to the St Catherine's ward, which was the sort of, would you say it's the A&E of pregnant women?
yeah,
So
well,
if
the
you-
delivery suite's up there and the ward's up there.
It's like if you've got any issues with your pregnancy, they send you
we
to
were in the
this
acute
ward.
assessment.
Yeah.
ward.
So we were there, and then we had we had some tests on the baby there, and that was all fine. The heartbeat for the baby was perfectly
Baby's
fine.
all good.
Baby's all great, and then
That's the main thing.
but then we waited until about 4 o'clock before we saw a doctor, and then
I think it was about 6.
I think it was earlier. But anyway, we saw a doctor in the afternoon who didn't want to really make any decisions on what was wrong. So then
she didn't do an ECG for me. She just did the baby's monitoring, which was fine. Which we already knew that.
Oh no, she did do an ECG, and she printed it off. That's what that is.
She did in the end, didn't she? Yeah, she came
she
back
did
a
that.
few hours later and said, "This is it, a squiggly."
Probably can't see because of the light. See where's
Squiggles.
you see these bumps here are apparently where the heart's sort of jumping, isn't it?
It's jumping,
It's like-
skipping,
it's
and
like-
trying to restart.
Yeah.
Pretty picture, but
Yeah. So she just said she wanted to see a cardiologist, and then we had to wait basically for the cardiologist to finish his shift in A&E.
And
So
I kept saying, look, let's just go home. You're probably just going to say everything's fine and we'll go home. But they're like, no, please don't. Please don't go. So
they didn't want us to go. So we got a cardiologist. He took your pulse and the heartbeat and stuff, and then asked the questions and diagnosed it as an ectopic heartbeat.
yeah, an arrhythmia.
Yeah, which is I guess is a form of arrhythmia, because arrhythmia is an irregular heartbeat, so it's a form of arrhythmia.
So I've got to do a 24-hour ECG. We saw the consultant today. He signed off on the meds because I've got to go on. What is it?
We've got a concoction of things. So these are a form of beta blocker.
Labatolol.
Labatolol. So
That's for that's usually given to women for high blood pressure in pregnancy.
it's a beta blocker, so it lowers your blood pressure, lowers your heart rate.
Yeah.
So it calms you down.
Which should be interesting
Yeah.
with
so
my
you've
low
got-
blood pressure.
Yeah, and then we've got
These I just don't know. These are sachet drugs that you have to dissolve, and
this is
still how I was with the glucose.
was it? This is the potassium. Yeah. Glucose.
Potassium and
It's
magnesium.
the potassium. That's
So I'm low in my blood's low in salts.
and that's the magnesium. Yeah.
So, joy. So last 2 days we've just been in the hospital, back to the hospital, waiting.
Yeah.
They've been really good there.
Oh, they've been
haven't
great.
they?
I mean, I've really happy worked with.
No
with them in the end.
complaints waiting, really, just frustrating.
Which is we had to wait 12 and a half. Well, what was it? I had to wait basically 12 hours because we were in and out in half an hour the first appointment. Then it was 12
Yeah.
hours from there until we got saw by a cardiologist to tell us what the issue was. But you know, we couldn't have gone home. We had to wait for him to tell us
No.
what was going on.
Yeah, so we went back today and they checked those meds. And then the midwife pulls us into the side room and says, not to add salt on the wounds, but you're
Yeah.
borderline gestational
Diabetes.
diabetes at 7.5. So 7.8 is the level where they say you've got it.
And 4 is norm. 4 is
So
normal.
she was very keen for me to watch my diet now. And she said cut out the carbs, but I don't really eat a lot of carbs. Again, I think it comes back to the sugar.
Yeah, sugar. Cause
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Sugar is making my heart race a lot.
Because that's when you feel it, don't
noticeably.
you?
Yeah, because I've, not drinking. I've tried to drink lime and soda. That made my heart race. Stop that. Tried elderflower. I'm talking a glass, like a little glass. That will make my heart race. Made flapjacks last weekend, trying to be healthy. Demerara sugar, some sultanas, and cherries. That made my heart race. It's pretty much everything.
Yeah, so you're pretty very susceptible to.
So a bit depressed, really.
Yeah.
Glad baby's okay though, and that is the main thing. But I don't wanna die.
You're not gonna tell.
I know, but when someone tells you you've got something wrong with your heart,
I know you catastrophise, which you always do.
but this might be something I have to have medication forever
I think once the baby
because I had it
comes,
before pregnancy though.
gestational diabetes will go away.
Yeah,
But then also, hopefully, this will calm down. The heartbeat will calm down to what you had before, which may be just dealing with palpitations then, and it's just dealing with that, which can be done via diet, via stress coping
yeah.
stuff.
Stress is another. I know when I was stressed the other day with work, and I was instantly racing heart.
The one thing you have found which helped was the acupuncture.
Yeah, so I need to go back to Dr. Tang, but that is just a nightmare
It's
because he's
so
so
expensive.
far.
Yeah.
Well, he's not expensive. It is
expensive. When you think you're doing once a week, it's quite a.
it's expensive, but he's not overly expensive in his
No.
field. That's what they charge.
Yeah.
But to get there is, I used to walk there from the office.
Harley Street.
but
Last we went there, we lost our car.
yeah,
Broke down on
and I
us.
can't get there very easily, and I don't compare the one that we had locally. I don't think she was as
She
good.
wasn't
I'd like to
experienced.
see him, but
Yeah.
that's going to be an effort in itself.
So we need to come up with ideas of how other coping mechanisms for stress. I think.
and also snacks for gestational diabetes. I mean, some of you must have has actually had it. Have you got any ideas? I'm not talking like cucumber dip, just like something that replaces chocolate, like healthy, nice things. They just don't exist, and that's my trouble. And that's when I go back
Healthy,
to the
nice
chocolate.
things.
Yeah, like A healthy muffin, can't have that. It's got carbs in.
She's not. But the thing is, to say
Flapjacks, they're not
carbs isn't your
healthy.
issue though. It's the sugar's your issue.
Yeah.
Carbs isn't. But you're right. It's finding a replacement for that sugar. You can't have fruit because fruit is too sugary.
Yeah,
Certain
fruit's
fruits.
bad.
I mean, I've said bananas aren't as high in sugar as or fructose as a lot of the berries, and it's also got potassium, which we saw some of your issues as well.
I look forward to eating a banana every day.
Oh wow! Mashed banana. What did we make once? Those oatmeal cookies with mashed banana, oatmeal, and
Loads of
apple.
honey
An apple.
and loads of sugar. They were gorgeous.
They were great. Covered and dipped in chocolate.
Yeah.
Scoop out the good stuff, eat the chocolate.
With a side of ice cream. And a big feast on top.
Yeah. It's a failed experiment.
So basically, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit less down in the dumps now, just because I don't know why.
Talk about it, I guess. But
Yeah, but I was upset last night
yeah.
and this morning twice. So yeah.
Yeah, so we've been pretty lucky up until now. We've hit a
But
bit
the
of
baby's okay. It's
baby's
just
perfectly
me.
fine.
It's
It's just
just me.
well,
ready for stuff.
gestational. You haven't got gestational diabetes. You're just very close to that mark.
She said I could develop it if I'd not
So we've
careful,
got 12
but they
weeks
won't
to-
test again.
You've got 12 weeks to.
But for the baby's sake, I need to act as almost though I've got it, just to be careful. So I
Yeah.
don't want to put her at risk. It's not worth. It's not
It's not
even
worth the
worth a
chocolate.
mini egg.
It's not worth the chocolate.
I really want a mini egg.
You can't.
Anyway, so bit of a depressing one to do.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
we'll
Friday.
find something which you enjoy, which is healthy. There's got to be something out there. There'll be something out there.
Okay. Cat coming in the cat flap there. Anyway, have a great weekend.
Yes, happy Friday.
Don't eat too much chocolate or sugar. No good can come of it.
That's sad.